Hi, this is Talk Back to Television, and I'm here with Chris Pizzuro from Leap Media Group. Chris, how are you?
I'm doing well, Rick. Good to see you as always.
Good to see you. And we're going to do something really interesting today, which there's a real possibility I'm going to foul up, but we're going to go from a conversation with you to a conversation with one of your clients and advertisers. So, first of all, tell me real briefly what Leap Media Group is doing and what this next show is that we're going to be looking at.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Rick, since the last time we spoke with Leap, it's really been an interesting last 8 months. Our value proposition now is that we are producing TV shows. And like we mentioned, one of our partners is Taste Buds Entertainment, and Kevin will be on. In some cases, we'll produce shows. Some cases, we'll co-produce shows. In Kevin's case, Taste Buds mainly doing a lot of the production, but the idea is to produce a television show, usually a half hour. Then we distribute said show out to linear channels, streaming, fast channels, whatever that consumer is watching, and get those out there. And then we will do, our media network takes over, and we will do one of two things. One, place ads into the show that we have produced. So in Kevin's case, there are ads for Lippmann mops, which makes sense from their content, Kevin can tell you about. And we also will run tuning campaigns on our media network to make sure that people watch the show that we produced and distributed.
So technically, if you had a few extra dollars, you could buy ABC network and television stations from Bob Iger, because you're getting into that business. You're doing content production and distribution.
We are,
and advertising.
We are our own little microcosm media network. I don't quite think I can offer. I don't think I can quite counter Byron Allen's money, but yes, we are essentially, and it all backs up from who in the production, who are we trying to reach? What's the ROI? And therefore, it informs our placement of that media, right? So if you're trying to reach women, we have been on, We Network.
Yep.
Or if you're trying to, our travel clients, we will have them on, travel destinations and that sort of thing. That informs both our, media planning in terms of both the programs and the shows. But yeah, we've essentially created our own mini network distribution center.
All right. Well, we're going to talk to Kevin next, but I want to tell you that I tend to think of television as a national resource. It's how we see what products we might want to buy. It's how we make entertainment, and it's how we find out what's going on. And you are now part of the solution. Everybody else might be part of the problem, but dude, you're part of the solution by sort of merging all that together. Fascinating stuff.
Thank you. And we did. I'd love to say we were geniuses in this, but just sort of like all things, Rick, stumbled into it. And we did. We had clients saying, look, there's so many media choices out there, right? There's so many calls to action. And that's wonderful to have those options. But at the same time, that creates the problem, right? There's too much noise out there. How do you break in? So we said, well, let's create shows that have the call to action within the show, so that you are telling your story, and then there's a clear call to action on how they can action on it. Because when the two are sort of one then the other, there's room for the consumer to just sort of go off and do their own thing. So that's been the success, is to have the branded engagement. So have the brand storytelling part, but have the engagement right there at the end of a segment. For our travel clients, it's, great, I'm glad you watched this segment on Panama. Now go book a trip at Expedia.com Panama and go book the trip, then and there. It's kind of like the old end aisle in a supermarket,
Yep, that's
where,
right.
You just pick it up at the time of purchase. And that's what's been resonating.
All right, buddy. Now we're going to sign off with you, and we're going to get on with Kevin Kurtz from Taste Buds Entertainment. And I want to congratulate you. Everybody else might be part of the problem, but you are part of the solution. So you sign off, and the next guy's going to come in. Take care, buddy.
There you go. Thanks, Ray. Take care.
Yep. Up, there you go.
You
Hey,
got it. It was
that's all right.
pausing. It was
Son
pausing
of
a
a
bit.
gun. Well, guess this could
I'm the
actually
next contestant, huh?
come on down. Okay, this might
Thank you,
actually work
Bob.
now. All right, Kevin Kurtz, you are
Yes,
at Taste Buds Entertainment, and I will tell
that's
you
right.
now, given that my wife and I run a community garden, we grow a lot of hot peppers.
Yes.
My taste buds are completely shot. But
Okay.
tell us what Taste Buds Entertainment is.
Yeah, Taste Buds Entertainment has one of the longest running and most successful online baking shows called Bigger Bolder Baking. That's
Okay.
hosted by Irish chef and cookbook author Gemma Stafford. We've been at it for almost 10 years with 500 million video views, about 8 million fans around the world. And we help anyone bake with confidence anytime, anywhere. We're all about baking.
Okay. Now, Chris Pizzuro at Leap Media told me that you and he are working out sort of a branded entertainment, long form branded entertainment with Gemma, your chef, and the payoff
That's right.
is that viewers then order her cookbook. Is that what the
That's right. That's our next show that's actually coming out right now. We did an incredibly successful show last summer called Gemma Summer Desserts. This fall, though, it's going to be based on her most recent cookbook, Bigger Bolder Baking Every Day, 125 recipes, helping you bake your way through a busy week. And we're big believers, I said before, in helping anyone learn how to bake. Some people think that baking is a science, but we say it is a science, but it's not rocket science. And Gemma can help. And that's what this show is going to be all about.
okay? So now, has this started or is this yet to launch?
It's coming up in late September, early October,
Wow.
and it's going to be the next show in the series. And Rick, I'm not sure if Chris mentioned, but one of the things that we're excited about is we live in this amazing era of television that you talk about all the time. My background's in media and entertainment. I used to run the Star Wars and Indiana Jones brands at Lucasfilm, have worked across interactive entertainment, and have always had this idea of connecting, large, passionate fan bases with great content. And that's what led us 10 years ago to start Taste Buds Entertainment, to start the show Bigger Bolder Baking, because we didn't have to wait for a green light. We didn't have to wait for permission. We started our show 10 years ago, built a massive audience over this time. And that's exactly what we're doing with Chris and Leap Media Group in creating our own television shows and getting them aired straight away.
It's interesting. The rest of the TV business is, all a flutter, trying to figure out what we're supposed to do when we grow up and everything else. You have a proven model, and you're expanding that model. And going back to my old hippie days, you are no longer part of the problem. You are part of the solution. The way you are creating content and getting it distributed and paying for it is on the face of it pretty straightforward. I mean, it's not all that complex. You just got to have the desire and you have to have the talent with
absolutely
and Gemma.
And the other side is we have to and want to create something great for audiences, and also to have great brand partners. Again, that wouldn't be possible without our brand partners, with the advertisers. But stepping back again, it's great for consumers, it's great for creators. And that's why I'm excited we live in this sort of world where we can create these sort of shows versus being locked up and trying to get it, produced and sold and shipped down, the road. And that's going to be a bit of what you're going to see from Taste Buds Entertainment. You're going to see new baking shows. Again, I said, we're not the food network, we're the baking network.
Yes.
And that's what, Taste Buds and Bigger Bolder Baking and other shows that we have upcoming are going to be all about.
Well, I like that. And I appreciate your spending the time with us. It's fascinating.
Thank you.
Our audience will be looking for it. Maybe some of them will even want to pick it up. So
absolutely. Make sure to check out Gemma's Bigger Bolder Baking Everyday show. Again, special thanks to Leap Media Group and Chris for making this all happen.
Cool, buddy. Well, I appreciate your time, and we'll see everybody next week again on Talk Back to Television. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Rick. Take care.